The earthquake stopped shaking, but the suffering, it didn't. 8,500 people are still in shelters. No clean water, barely any medical care. And now, 40 degrees of merciless heat. Japan's cruelest summer is punishing those who have already lost everything. How much more can the people of Kumamoto endure? A week after a magnitude 7.1 earthquake struck Kumamoto Prefecture in southwestern Japan, record summer heat has gripped the Quake-Hit region. According to the weather agency, temperatures on August 3rd reached 40.3 degrees Celsius in Kumamoto City, breaking prefectural heat records and topping 40 degrees for the first time in the southwestern Japanese prefecture devastated by a powerful quake. The weather agency further added that the extreme heat is worsening conditions for residents still recovering from the magnitude 7.1 earthquake that struck Kumamoto Prefecture last week. Elsewhere in the prefecture, temperatures soared to 40.2 degrees Celsius in Kikuchi City and 39.8 degrees Celsius in Kosa Town. At the same time, the Japan Meteorological Agency urged people to take all possible precautions to prevent heat stroke, including avoiding outdoor activities such as cleanup work and staying in a cool place during the day. According to the prefectural government, more than 8,500 people are still staying in evacuation shelters nearly a week after the earthquake, which registered up to 7, the highest level on Japan's seismic intensity scale. According to the Mainichi report, people were taking refuge in 150 evacuation shelters, with about 12,000 buildings estimated to have been damaged in the quake. Authorities also reported one suspected disaster-related death from heat stroke among people sleeping in cars, underscoring the urgency of life-saving measures. Following a visit to an evacuation shelter on Monday, Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi said the government will designate the quake a disaster of extreme severity, which enables affected local governments to receive higher subsidies for reconstruction work and take special measures to assist victims. The governor of Kumamoto, Takashi Kimura, in his meeting with Takaichi, stressed the abnormal heat over recent days. He said he sought further government support to improve the conditions at evacuation centers, stressing that many of them lacked clean water and medical care. On August 4th, Takaichi's cabinet approved the use of about 24.2 billion yen, or $150 million, from the government's reserve funds for support measures for the quake-hit area, such as restoring highway bridges, delivering relief goods, and constructing temporary housing.
In order to speed up and further strengthen disaster recovery efforts, including emergency repair works, the Cabinet will secure the necessary funding by approving tomorrow the release of more than 20 billion yen from contingency funds.
Water outages continue to affect about 45,000 households in 5 municipalities, with water trucks from across Japan operating in various areas. Takaichi said the government is working to maintain water supplies to medical and care facilities and aims to soon provide an update on when services would be restored more widely.
Although the electricity supply has now been restored, we will continue to work swiftly and thoroughly to restore services, including the repair of equipment in individual households. With regard to the water supply, we are ensuring a continuous supply to evacuation centres, welfare and medical facilities, and we plan to provide an estimate on the restoration of supply by the end of this week.
The earthquake may have stopped shaking the ground, but the crisis is far from over. As extreme temperatures intensify the suffering of displaced residents, one question looms large. Is Japan prepared to shield its most vulnerable from a disaster within a disaster? Days after a magnitude 7.1 earthquake devastated Kumamoto Prefecture on Japan's southern island of Kyushu, authorities are warning that extreme heat is becoming a growing threat to thousands of displaced residents. An elderly woman, believed to be in her 70s, apparently died of heat stroke while sheltering inside her car after it reportedly ran out of fuel, preventing her from using the air conditioner. The incident comes as temperatures continue to soar across the disaster zone. According to the Japan Meteorological Agency, Kumamoto City reached 36.6 degrees Celsius on Saturday, with temperatures expected to climb even higher, increasing the risk of further heat-related illnesses. The earthquake struck on July 28th, killing at least 38 people and injuring over 100 others, while authorities are investigating 2 additional deaths to determine whether they were quake-related. More than 9,200 people remain in over 200 evacuation centers, while many others continue sleeping in cars because of privacy concerns or damaged homes. Kumamoto Governor Takashi Kimura said, urging evacuees staying in vehicles to keep enough fuel to run air conditioning or move to air-conditioned evacuation centers.
The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism will conduct water supply and other support activities at Yatsushiro Port and Misumi Port.
Authorities have also begun distributing advisory leaflets urging residents to stay hydrated, move to cooler locations whenever possible, and exercise regularly to reduce the risk of blood clots caused by prolonged stays inside vehicles. The disaster has also crippled essential services. Nearly 47,000 households remain without running water, while fuel shortages have triggered long queues at petrol stations as supplies are gradually restored. Professional volleyball player Kosuke Iwasaki, who remains in Kumamoto, described the daily hardships caused by the disaster.
Fortunately, the electricity hasn't gone off, so I'm fine in that respect. But it's now the 3rd or 4th day, and although I do have some clothes to wear, I'm running low and can't do any washing. The water's cut off, so there's just no way. I've been asking acquaintances in town for help with that, but here, although drinking water is secured, there's very little water we can use freely, so that's where I'm feeling the most inconvenience.
He added that uncertainty over basic services remains a major concern.
Well, at the moment, only the electricity is working at home. The gas and water are cut off, so I'm wondering when those will be fixed. Shops are gradually starting to open again, but I'm still a bit anxious about when things like food supplies and petrol stations will return to normal.
Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi said the government is accelerating deliveries of water, food, portable toilets, air conditioners, and emergency supplies to evacuation centers, vowing that the government is determined to do everything we can. Meanwhile, search and recovery operations continue across Kumamoto. Authorities have now completed rescue efforts at the collapsed Aeon Mall in Kashima, where 5 survivors and 7 victims were recovered after a suspected gas explosion triggered by the earthquake. Officials say more than 3,800 buildings have been damaged, over 180 homes destroyed, and fewer than 900 households remain without electricity as recovery efforts continue.